Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on the tubes. That's right. Oh, man. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition. Live from Red Morton Park today. This is episode number 903. Episode 903. Just getting myself a little bit more situated, adjusting everything perfectly. All right. We should be good to go. No sunglasses today. And the sun is not even out. It's been a bit overcast and it's been raining a little bit, but right now there's a break in the weather. We're, I'd say, about maybe 20 minutes or so from the sun setting. Technically, that is. Well, the sun is somewhere. It's being blocked by the clouds. So, I'm probably gonna do 3 laps today. Um, the first 2 laps, there should be enough light. The last lap, it might get a little dark during some parts, but that's okay. I'm in a phenomenal mood today, and I really hope that you are as well. And I've got a great yet also very important topic to discuss here today. And I've talked about this many times, but as we head closer towards 2025, and by the way, the positivity pledge will be out by tomorrow. I'll talk more about that in a second. There's just been so much going on, and it's just been a lot of work and overhauling the genuinenetworkingassociation.org website, which used to be the website of the organization when I was running in-person networking events full-time many years ago. I've overhauled the site. If you go to it now, you'll see it's more landscape instead of, the portrait style, or how do we call it nowadays? It has more of a horizontal navigation instead of a vertical navigation. More of a modern look, and I'm going to be working more on it. I'm probably going to change some of the colors around. The colors are still similar as the original website. I've just made it to where the navigation's up top. There's a smaller logo at the top left, kind of like on my coach at eliasmelas.com website, which is still up and it's still in existence. Just don't purchase anything on that website at this point. That may change in the new year. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in the new year, and we'll share more in the new year. We'll share a little bit right now, but we'll share more in the new year. But I've talked about this topic many times, and I felt the need to talk about it again today. And the reason is because I'm seeing a lot of stuff happen on YouTube. I'm not focused on any drama or anything at all. I have not focused on that at all, and got everyone blocked and all that, But there are some other people that I care for that, continue to respond or feed into stupidity. And they just don't realize what I used to not realize. And because I've realized it now, I really want to try to help as many people as possible understand what's really going on, and how you responding is actually making the matters worse. Even if you're responding to it in a positive way, trying to rectify the situation, you're making matters worse. The best thing you can do, here's the answer. If you want to just listen to the answer here and then click away from this stream, or if you're watching the replay, click away from the live stream replay. Oh, we've got people coming this way, a lot of them, so I'm going to go the other way. The answer is you just simply ignore all the bullshit. You ignore, right? At the very least, don't name drop. I've learned to not name drop people that, let's just say, don't play fair. On YouTube, they don't play fair. Or I'm not going to name drop people that I know are going to continue to do stupid shit to cause me issues, right? I'm just sharing situations with the hopes of as many people hearing my stories and listening to my suggestions and hopefully taking my advice, especially when it comes to this, right? We'll get to that in just a little bit. So, you need to stop responding to negativity or responding to negativity only fuels it further. It fuels the fire, right? When you respond to any negativity, any negative situation, whether it's, in the real world or on social media or a combination of both, right? Maybe you try one time to rectify the situation, and then if that doesn't work, then you just got to walk away and ignore. That is a simple answer. It's a very simple fix. That is the easiest thing to share with you folks, but not the easiest thing to actually do. Because people have emotions, right? We'll get more into that in a bit. People have emotions, especially women. And when you have male content creators that understand women's emotions and they prey on their vulnerabilities as a method to get a reaction from you because that's all the content they have, it's pretty shitty. But even you ladies have to learn to ignore this shit and keep your emotions in check, because if not, you're only going to be fueling people to keep coming at you, especially if they're men and they're immature and they're just very selfish and greedy and immature men that just want to use anyone and anything and any reaction they can get from people that they intentionally instigate to make content off you and then make money off you, because they can't make money any other way. That's a simple answer, right? It's a simple answer, but people continue to feed into this shit. People I care for continue to feed into this. Now, hey Tia, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to the show. By the way, folks, this is a members only live chat. The stream is publicly viewable, but only members with the $2.99 package or greater can chat here, or if you're a moderator, you can chat for free. If you're going to get a membership, you may want to go with the $4.99 or $9.99 package, because the moment that Dawn and I get back up to 10 members, we're going to start doing some on-the-couch live streams. I announced this the other day. So, and to be quite frank, I mentioned earlier this year that I'm going to be running members-only live streams on both channels, even the in-studio streams, until the end of the year. Possibly it might go into the new year. And I may just keep it that way, because the type of content that I'm here to create is content that is positive, and it's here to help people that want to be helped, and we want to keep the trolls out. Hey, Queen Helen Casey, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Happy holidays to you and yours. How's your day going? Now, if Dawn pops in, that'll be That'll be let's call it a riot, right? That's a figure of speech. See, people will take it out of context. That's a positive reinforcement phrase there when it comes to my lady. That'll be a riot. That'll be a good time, right? The word riot doesn't have to mean negative, right? Tia says, hi, Queen. Queen says, my day is okay. I don't have much to post today. Oh, yeah, there's not much going on a couple days before Christmas, right? 2, 3 days. What are we at, the 22nd? 3 days, 2.5 days. Queen, thank you for your support in the chat of my 51st birthday bash. It was nice to hear, Dawn and Sandra on the panel, and Tia got back to me the other day and said she got a chance to finally view the replay. She was unavailable during that time. I watched the live stream, so okay. Tia got to see it, and she was just really thrilled. She was just really, really happy to see Dawn happy, and Dawn was sounding really good, and she was. And Sandra was sounding really good, and I think that was Sandra's first time that she's been on a live stream panel. And yeah, we did a nice brief little show, an hour and 15 minutes. If you want to check it out, go in the description and click the link to the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. And subscribe, bang the bell, select notifications. You know the drill. I don't have to mention that anymore. Nobody mentions subscribe, bang the bell. They even say nowadays, don't even say that. It's been played out. If people want to subscribe, they know how the hell to do it, right? They know how to bang the bell and get on notifications. I get it. I'm old school YouTube. I need to adapt to the new age and the new wave of the tubes, right? Oh, man. God bless everyone. Oh, boy. Tia, I got your messages behind the scenes. I responded to you. You can check it out when you get a chance. And I'm just glad to hear that that things are going really well for you. Put it that way. They're going very well for you, and it's all good. So that is that. Yeah, you're going to want to get your $4.99 or $9.99 channel membership, because I'm making people aware, if you're going to, if you're not a moderator and, you can't chat here for free on the members-only live chats. Now, for the members-only live streams and live stream replays, it's not free for moderators. They would need a channel membership, but I understand some people can't afford it. Not a big deal. I'm just putting it out there for people that can. We can always, gift memberships too. I hope one day YouTube allows you to gift actual channels, because I would gift some memberships to some of the moderators here, including you, Queen Helen Casey. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they've already changed that. And if they have, we can make that happen. If not, I hope they change that one day. Because now you gift memberships, and it's just whoever's in the chat randomly gets them. Yeah, when we reach 10 members, Don and I will start doing On the Couch with Don and Eli streams again. And Don's actually really excited and looking forward to it. So am I. I didn't expect this to happen before the new year. And it may not happen before the new year, because if we don't have 10 members, or if we don't reach one of our super chat goals, like I have listed here on the channel, we need at least 5 super chats at $5 or greater, $4.99 or greater on the iPhone. If we don't hit either one of those goals, then it's not going to happen in the new year anyway. But we're putting it out there, and we're, if people want it sooner, and they want to support us, that's great. If not, that's okay too. The show must go on, and there are other things that we're going to be working on, and we are working on in the meantime. So that is that. The $4.99 channel membership. Anything above $2.99 will automatically get you members-only live chats. So the $4.99 and $9.99 packages will get you the members-only live chats, like here on a publicly viewable stream, with a members-only chat. Only members can chat, or moderators. The $4.99 package will get you members-only live streams only while they're live. That $4.99 package will not get you the replays. If you want the replays, if you want everything, members-only live chats, the members-only live streams while they're live, and if you want the replays, you're going to have to go with the $9.99 package. TS says BRB. Okay? It's all good. It's all good, Tia. Take your time. No rush. I'll still be here. So that is that. All right, so let's get to episode number 903. You know, responding to negativity only further fuels the negativity. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about here today, which is what I'm trying to say. Responding to negativity only further fuels, adds more fuel to the negativity. I just don't think a lot of people understand that, because it is a natural tendency and instinct for human beings to automatically stand up and defend themselves when people are attacking them, saying things that aren't true, saying things that are half-ass, right? Half true, half not, right? And I used to struggle with this myself, especially out here on YouTube, because I didn't really understand what was going on until a few years ago. Until 2 or 3 years ago when, I'd already been doing this for like 3, almost 4 years at that point, right? And so, when it comes to social media, especially YouTube, there are so many different types of creators. All right. There's a kid watching this tree, and I'm going to go around them. All right. Give me a second. So there are many different genres of content, right? And some creators make their content about how many people can they intentionally crawl under their skin, right? That's the name of the game. And a lot of times, some of these creators, they make things up. They over-dramatize things. They prey on the vulnerability or vulnerabilities of either emotionally weak people or just emotional people in general. And we're all emotional, right? To a certain extent. Some more than others. Men and women process their emotions differently. Women respond to everything emotionally first, based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic afterwards. Men, typically, most normal men, unless they're men that behave like women, which is happening a lot nowadays, men typically will think things over logically before they respond, and may or may not respond. That's the right way to do it. And that's, unfortunately, that's not a natural tendency for women. But when it comes to like social media especially, and you have people doing dumb things, and they're saying things about you that aren't true, they're over-dramatizing things, they're intentionally antagonizing you just to get that response. If you even respond politely to try to get them to stop or to defend yourselves, you're just fueling their fire more. And it sucks that it is that way, but that's just the way it goes. So what is the right way to handle this? Like I mentioned earlier, the right way to handle it is to simply just ignore, right? Simply just ignore and not feed into stupid shit, and to not feel the need to defend yourself against something that is not even worthy of your time, right? There's a term that's been used on YouTube. It's called starving people out, right? In essence, when there are certain content creators that need reactions from other people to have content and to make money, your reactions are everything to them. Without them, they have nothing. So in essence, by you reacting, you're keeping these people in business. And they're laughing in your fucking face. They used to do it to me. Maybe they still do. I don't care. I've ignored it. This is the lesson I'm teaching because I'm continuing to see people that I actually care for responding to people that have been doing the same shit for years. And they've gone back and forth for years. And they feel the need to defend themselves against something that is irrelevant. And they're saying, oh, that person's a hypocrite. Well, yeah, he's pretending to be a hypocrite, or she's pretending to be a hypocrite, whether it's a man or a woman, right? These people are pretending to be hypocrites because they know that if they lead you to believe they're being hypocritical, they're going to crawl under your skin intentionally, and they know you're going to react further, giving them more of what they want and less of what you want. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Now, granted, you're trying to do the right thing to defend yourself, which is a natural tendency, but in essence, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I shot myself in the foot many times over the years. And I finally started to realize, especially over the last few months, because even a few months ago, I was still every so often calling some people out. Calling some people out that intentionally make things up and do certain things to get reactions. And that's their bread and butter for content and money, right? So if nobody responds, hey Tia, welcome back. If nobody responds to people that are doing this, if everyone just ignores people like this, you're going to starve them out of content, and they're going to try to continue to antagonize you and everyone else for a while, and eventually they will look so stupid in front of their audience that they will stop, right? They will stop. And I will tell you this. I will tell you what I've seen. Without mentioning names, I don't care if people figure it out. It doesn't matter. I ignore. I will always ignore from this point on, and I have for a while. But you got a male content creator, and you got a bunch of female content creators. The male content creator is preying on the vulnerabilities of the female content creators because he knows that women, as part of their natural biology, respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And if he can make them feel like shit, they're going to respond. If you ladies were to sit there and just process this for a second, rationally and using logic and reasoning, which is not a part of your natural biology until after you respond emotionally, right? If you sat there and processed this with logic and reasoning, you would be like, this is stupid. It's not worth my time. The reason why you react is because of your biology, the way that God made you to be. Is to respond to everything emotionally first based on how you're feeling in the present moment. And certain people, like some men, they exploit that and take advantage of that, and you're allowing them to do that. So the simple answer The simple answer to the question, the solution is to just ignore. Ignore. And the more everyone ignores, the more these people will be starved out and have nothing. Right? There are many people I care for. I've been trying to help for years understand this concept. I've done many streams on it. I've reached out to people privately. Every time they give me an excuse, I used to give the same excuses. I know the excuse. I know the excuses. I used to give the same excuses. Right? I even know there were times when I fed into stupid shit like this for a while. I made some okay money. Not a whole lot, but a lot more than I was making now. But then I realized this is not what I was meant to do. This is not a part of my purpose. Right? I'm not a drama channel. Right? And it's not sustainable long term. And the only reason why I had more of an audience and more of a paying audience is because I was suiting their agenda of their hatred for other people. They weren't there to support myself or the GNA. They were there to support a mutual dislike, let's call it that, a mutual dislike of other creators. And, you know, the more and more I thought about all this, it's so stupid, it's dumb, just ignore it. Stop talking about it, stop feeding into it. Stop name dropping people on YouTube unless you want to do it in a positive way. The thing I can't stand right now about YouTube is, or not even YouTube, it's not their fault, it's the people. It's just average everyday people. They come out here and they name drop people to trash them, right? It's the dumbest thing. I'm actually at the point right now where I'm not going to name drop anyone unless it's a positive thing. I don't need to name drop negativity, because when you name drop people and try to call out the negativity, you're basically putting the spotlight of promotion on them. You're basically giving them exactly what they fucking want. If I haven't emphasized that enough already, right? We're on lap number 2. I missed the walk yesterday. Dawn and I had a lot to do yesterday. There's just a lot going on. We're mailing out Christmas cards. We mailed out some Christmas cards at the last minute, and they'll get there by Christmas. We made sure of it. But, oh man, just a lot going on. So I took the day off yesterday, and when I don't walk for a day, I tell you, I'll tell you, I feel the difference. Right now, I don't even have gloves on. The temperature was 59 degrees when I stepped out of the car because it rained earlier. So we've got that tropical type of weather right now. It's a little bit warmer, so I'm all good. When I don't have to wear the gloves, that's great. I feel less restricted, you know. But anyway, you got to learn to ignore. You've got to really sit back and understand what is really going on. And is everything being said about you true? Or, you know, is it just being said because the person saying it knows you're going to react and they're going to have more content to sell to their audience for views and donations, right? And there's a lot of hypocrisy I've been hearing about too. I've heard a lot of hypocrisy, right? I've called out the hypocrisy in the past. I don't need to call it out again. But for example, purposes to try to help other people get to where I'm at, completely ignoring shit. Like right now, me talking about this without mentioning names, there are going to be people assuming I'm talking about them. And I'm not. I'm talking about a subject in general. But see, they're so desperate and they're so starving for content and money because they have nothing else that they're going to use this to say, oh, Eli's talking about me and oh, this and that. I'm just sharing a story. And the thing is, I'm not here name dropping anyone. I'm not feeding into anything. I'm sharing on this. I'm sharing a story. I'm trying to help people and protect people from creators that exploit people in this way. It's pretty fucking pathetic. And sorry, I'm trying to get my language a little bit better. Sandra Palacio, who is one of our vice presidents here at the GNA, she's the VP of Public Relations, told me, and I'll mention this because she's right. You're right, Sandra. I need to tone down my foul language a little bit in order to be a little more professional with this organization. I'm doing the best I can, that's just me. And I'm going to try to. I've cut back a lot of swearing and all that stuff, but still, it's part of who I am. It's part of who I've always been. And I think most people nowadays have accepted swearing or cuss words as normal language. And I think at this point right now, the people that have been supportive, if I just became all, all bland and not use any cuss words every now and then, they would get bored. They'd be like, Eli's not being himself. I don't know, Tia, correct me if I'm wrong. What are your thoughts about that? Queen, what are your thoughts about it? I mean, I understand. Sandra's right. She's absolutely right. But, I'm just me. I just call it as I see it. I speak my mind. And I don't mean any harm, even with the swear words. Even some government officials were coming around and saying to the Trump administration, this was back in the days, like before the election, F around and find out. Come to our state, F around and find out. Government officials going public, they didn't say fuck around, they said F around, but the guy meant fuck around and find out. It's become a part of our actual culture, Just like here in California, Governor Gavin Newsom, I believe has made a special day for lowriders because it's part of the California culture. Either that, I can't remember what it was. It was a special day, or he put something in the law to protect lowriders. I can't remember what it was. Tia says, yeah, yes, Queen. I mean, Mr. Newsom. Yeah, LOL. Tia says, I totally agree with women using emotions first. I also feel there comes a time of emotional attachment to the creator. The language doesn't bother me. I don't feel it's a bad look within. I think you meant to say reason there, right? Yeah, Queen, thank you. Yes, Mr. Newsom. Or like Donald Trump says, Gavin Newscum. I couldn't believe that, Queen. You weren't here when I found out about that. I guess Trump's been calling Newsom that for years now, right? So like a few months ago when I first heard this, I go to my mom. I was talking with my mom and I said, do you know what Trump calls Newsom? She goes, Newscum. I'm like, how'd you know that? She goes, oh, he's been calling Newsom that for years. Gavin Newscum. Listen, that's very fucking rude. But at the same time, it's pretty funny that a man in power would sit there and make names and tease other government people. This guy's going to be the president again. He's calling leaders of a state Newscum. So, I mean, shit. If he's going to do that shit, then I mean, I cuss every now and then. I don't know. Who knows what's professional and unprofessional nowadays? You know what I mean? Queen, you've heard that. You've heard what Trump calls Newsom, right? I gotta say this. As much as I don't like Trump, he does some funny shit. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. I call my governor the evil witch. All right, we should be back live. I'm sorry, we should be back live. My apologies there. Anyway, you know, I want to clarify a few things. Um, and there are some people that I care about that I met through many various groups out here on YouTube, and we have all been entangled at one point or another in stupid, endless, nonsensical drama. And I'm hoping some, if not all, of those channels that I do care for, and I really want to see them succeed. I hope they come across this and hear what I'm going to say. Okay. I guess there was a creator that was accused of doxing, right? And this is a creator that's in another country that I actually like, and Tia likes her. We don't have to mention who she is, Tia, but this is a great example of the hypocrisy that other creators that are using this as content want you to keep feeding into as part of their agenda for content and making money, right? So this male creator accuses this other female creator clear across the pond, clear across the ocean in another country, of doxing his girlfriend. And the female creator across the pond said, well, your girlfriend has a public profile on Facebook, and I didn't put out the last name. Well, if you have a public profile on Facebook, then you are a public figure. Automatically, you're putting yourself out there publicly. You have the right to hide that, right? And so this person is now calling her a doxer, right? And more so, he's doing it for content and the controversy because he knows deep within that his girlfriend is a public figure. She's also on YouTube, right? But he's doing it for content. He's doing it to stir up fake instigated drama controversy, right? Okay? Because here's the thing. Before my woman even came out publicly, okay? And these people know who this person's woman is. Everyone knows, right? But these people were doxing my girlfriend, and they put my girlfriend through the ringer and did stupid shit, right? Yet they want to come out and whine and complain now that people are doxing his girlfriend, right? Which he knows is not true, right? He knows it's not true. But this is exactly what this guy is dependent on for content and to feed his very small remaining audience, right? This is exactly what he is dependent on. He's dependent on you overreacting or reacting in general because he put that out there. All you had to do was ignore it, ma'am. No disrespect intended. All she had to do was ignore it, right? But she did not. Probably for many reasons. Number one, she's respectfully a lady, again, that biologically processes her emotions first over anything else, and then may reason with logic afterwards. She may realize by today or tomorrow that, hey, logically, it wasn't the best thing to do to respond because I fueled the negativity more by doing that. And what's even worse, she calls him a hypocrite, which she's right, but he's pretending to be a hypocrite, which makes him a hypocrite, right? So this dude's pretending to do hypocritical things because he knows that's what people react to, and they're going to defend themselves, right? And he preys on the vulnerabilities of these, very emotional women, that especially women that have been through a lot. He preys on their vulnerabilities because he knows those women have trauma, and he knows that whatever he says, preying on their vulnerabilities, is going to trigger their trauma, further making them extremely emotional and erupting, further giving them content. In my opinion, that makes someone like that a piece of shit, in my opinion, right? People try to call me a piece of shit, right? I've never done that to anyone. But manipulating vulnerable women, preying on their vulnerabilities and their emotions and all that, because you know they're going to react because that's all the content you have and that's what you need to make money, that makes you a piece of shit. It really does. It makes you a piece of shit. It does. Absolutely. I can sit here and say that. I don't have to mention names. People can figure things out. I don't care. This is an important story. This is an important lesson for people to learn. I've known this lesson probably for the last 2 to 3 years. But finally, I just started to ignore it and tune it out. Today, I'm just sharing examples in a story because I want to help more people get to the level of where I'm at. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? Tia says, that's the exact reason she went at him, because he doesn't stop with her. He's not going to stop, Tia, until everyone ignores him and starves him out of content. He has nothing else besides this. He has zero besides this. And other creators that do the same thing, they have zero besides this. This is where people need to starve people like this out of content. Exactly, says Tia, right? He's going to use this as content. I guarantee you he will. I don't care. The thing is, I'm in a good place, and I'm just ignoring everything. I'm not feeding into shit. This is just an example. This is also trying to help people I care for to hopefully help them understand this so they can stop wasting their time. Right? It's really pathetic when creators go to this level to emotionally manipulate and brainwash innocent women, for example. Male creators brainwashing innocent women. They don't do it to men as much because most men that are reasonable, decent men, they don't get overly emotional over this stuff. Maybe the first time they will, but eventually they're like, it's not worth it, because men process their emotions differently. So people like this guy, they go after women intentionally because it's easier to get them to do what he needs. And it is honestly, that is considered abusive behavior. It really is emotional abuse. Now, no one's going to do a thing about it, and I could care less. It doesn't matter. It's not it is a big deal, but the bottom line is it's on YouTube, and it's everyone that's dealing with this emotional abuse, is either in a different country or a different state, right? It still doesn't make it right, okay? It still doesn't make it right, and it still upsets and harms many people. So if you want this type of abuse to stop, then you got to stop responding to it. You got to understand what I'm saying here and not feed into people like this and ignore them and starve them out. Put them out of business, right? Starve them out and put them out of business, right? Tia says exactly. Queen Helen Casey says, good thing I am not connected to anything because I mind my business. Queen, you have always minded your own business. Very, very rarely, every now and then. I think the last time you stood up for yourself was that stream with the doctor. I think it's still publicly available on your channel. I downloaded that because, Queen, that was the best stream you ever did. I mean, oh God. If you ever did a stream like that again and it was 4 hours long, I would sit there and listen to that shit live for 4 hours. I would. I mean, sometimes you put on your camera and, yeah, man, you gave the doctor a piece of your mind. I wonder if the doctor ever got his medical license back. I haven't kept up with that. He stopped bothering me. So, that was that. That's all I wanted. Do you remember the doctor, Queen? Oh, man. Ladies, if you want me to do one more lap, put a 1 in the chat. I've done 2 laps easily. My hands are warm. It's a beautiful night. The air is fresh. I've got the energy. Everything else is pretty much done at home. Dawn is happy. I got her a pumpkin spice latte earlier from Starbucks, and I got her a pumpkin loaf warmed and the cranberry bliss bar at Starbucks, which is great. Both Tia and Queen have put 1. Thank you, ladies. We're going to go on to lap number 3. Queen, we want you to be a part of the GNA also. And in the new year, we want you to also be on our executive team. Now, I know in your situation, when we have paid positions, I know you haven't been able to accept money, so we can always keep it as a voluntary thing. You come and go as you wish, but we want to bring you on as an executive because you've been with us. You've been a part of my network consistently longer than anyone else. I believe even longer than Sandra. Yep. It's been well over 5 years. Maybe it's been like almost probably 6 years. It's been a long time. And yeah, I'm very grateful and thankful that you're still around. And it's nice when you pop up. We got some people. Oh, they're walking this. I think they're walking the same way as I'm walking. They're walking with the dog, though. And then they keep stopping. They're going kind of slow. I'm going to wait a second here. Okay. Time to turn the front light on. Folks, the trick I really want you folks to understand that these creators are using to suck you in. The trick that they're using is fake, pretend, instigating hypocrisy. The thing that triggers human beings the most to respond immediately and react immediately is someone that's a hypocrite, someone that creates a double standard. So people that understand psychology, people that understand how certain things that are said affects people will use this to their advantage to prey on their to prey on others' vulnerabilities, in this case, especially women, to get their reaction, so that way they can have the content that they desperately need to survive. Because without the drama content, some people have no content and make no money, especially when their audience is 100% drama-centric people that, love hateful content, right? And it doesn't matter how nice these creators are off of YouTube. What they're doing on YouTube makes them a piece of shit. It does. It really does. Because they're doing it intentionally to make money, right? Whenever you prey on anyone's vulnerabilities, you're doing it intentionally to get something from them that would be much more difficult to earn in other ways, right? These are people that don't want to work and don't want to want to try to make easy money. These are people that exploit the system, right? Tia says, how many channels are not drama? What do you mean, Tia? Like on YouTube in general? Here's the thing. I want to make it clear again to everyone here. And everyone's entitled to their opinions, but this is the truth. Me talking about these issues, this is personal development. This is personal development. This is teaching a lesson. This is not feeding into drama. But see, this is what guys like one of these guys that's been doing this for a long time, right? Even what I'm doing here now, he would try to suck me back in, which he's not going to, by saying, "Oh, you're feeding into it. You're talking about me. You're talking about it." No. I'm sharing a story. I'm teaching personal development, and the point of my lesson has nothing to do with this person or anyone else. He may be one of many people doing this, but this is not about him. It's not about you, sir. It's not. It's not. You want to make everything about you because you want the spotlight on you. You want the crazy spotlight on you because that's the only way you get attention and make money on YouTube. At Tia, I haven't been live in over 5 years because YouTube shut me up for spilling the truth about certain things. I understand that, Queen, says Tia. Was that last live stream you did, Queen? The one with the doctor? I think maybe you did one or two others since that time. But Queen, you haven't lost your channel. You know when to back off. You know when to back off. You get up to 2 strikes, you back off, and then they get cleared. I think so, not sure. Yeah. I think the one with the doctor was one of your last ones. That was about 5 years ago. It was. Yeah. It was like 4.5 to 5 years ago. Oh, I remember it, Queen, like it happened yesterday. Even in the real world, folks, if you have a friend or, you're a part of a group of friends and issues start to arise within the group, okay? Like, I'll tell you, whenever you're a part of a group and you hang out as a group, whether it's online or offline, everyone's going to have different opinions. Everyone's going to feel differently about things. And that's going to create some animosity within those groups. If that happens, and it's inevitable, it will happen, then, It may not be something you want to be a part of. You can go, hey, you know what? I'm not here for any drama. I'm here to hang out and have a good time and be with good, positive people. But if you guys are going to bring negativity in this group, whether it's a group in the real world or online, then I need to walk away because this is not good for my mental health. It's not good, for my sanity. It's not good for even my physical health too. Just not good, right? And then if it happens again, it keeps happening a few more times and you see a pattern and it doesn't change, then you got to choose to either continue dealing with it, which you shouldn't have to, or walk away. There's nothing wrong with walking away from anything at any time that doesn't suit you or doesn't serve you. If something is not serving you, and when I say serving, that doesn't mean you got to have everything handed to you on a silver platter. If something is not serving its actual purpose, and instead it's doing something opposite, like making your life more difficult, costing you more money, costing you more emotional distress or stress or anything like that, then you got to walk away. You've got to walk the hell away. Like I wish some of these creators would do when it comes to some other creators out here that continue to prey on their vulnerabilities. But see, what goes around comes around. Like I've always said, here's the thing. Karma has no deadline. You mess with the bull, you will get the horns, right? And in life, you reap what you sow, right? What you put out, is what you're going to eventually get back. And just because some of these people haven't gotten a taste of their own medicine yet, doesn't mean it's not coming, or doesn't mean that it's not in progress already. And trust me, karma always catches up to everyone, every fucking time. Karma always catches up to everyone. Especially people that don't play fair or play as close to the rules as possible. People that break the rules and ride lines and skate lines and cross lines always have their day. Their moment of justice will come. It's only a matter of time, right? And even if these people realize that their time is coming, some of these people will write things out till the very last minute until they can no longer get anything out of it. Like certain creators, certain male creators out here, they know their time is coming. They know that things aren't the same as they used to be. They know what they're doing has even more of a limited shelf life now than ever before, right? But these are the types of people that are going to keep writing the same shit out until the very end, until there's zero money coming in, right? As long as it's being funded, as long as things are being funded and are feasible, people like that will always keep moving forward. It has nothing to do with what any one of us says or doesn't say, or whether we respond or not. We shouldn't respond, because if everyone starved people out like this, they would be out of business. But the truth of the matter is, people like this is their agenda. This is their motive of operation, their MO, right? This is what they do day in and day out. They're looking for anyone to bite. And if you bite, then you're the catch of the day. And when I say catch of the day, you're the person that is basically catching that person money. Because there are numbskull, nincompoops, really messed up people in this world, including out here on YouTube, that will pay other creators for this stupid shit. So do you want to be the one that is making these creators money because you simply can't ignore. You simply can't just say, hey, it is hypocritical, keep it to yourself. But also realize that the hypocrisy these creators are doing is they're doing it on purpose. They're intentionally creating hypocrisy, which is fake hypocrisy, but at the same time, being fake about them makes being fake about their hypocrisy to get a reaction out of you is real hypocrisy at the same time, because it's just a very hypocritical way of doing business, because at the same time people like that are trying to pretend to be something that they're not. They're trying to pretend to be this really innocent person, which no, they're not innocent. They're not innocent. And don't sit there and say that this type of content breaks the law. This is not something that really is law breaking. This is just really, really piss poor, shitty behavior. This is a really shitty way to treat human beings, just so you can make money because there's a group of people that are going to pay you to kick down other human beings. Now, these same people that are paying creators like this to trash and belittle and emotionally abuse other human beings, would they like it if this same creator that they're paying started trashing them? No, they wouldn't like it, but they're okay with paying money to people that they want to see trashed, but they wouldn't want it done to them. So there's the audience is more of the fucking hypocrite, because without them funding it, no creator would do this for free, at least as long as some people have done it for money. Maybe once or twice anyone would do something for free, but they wouldn't do it constantly like some people do if it wasn't funded. So the more of the issue falls on the audience. And that's the thing, right? And that's why right now my audience is small, because I don't want fake people here. I don't want people here only if I attack someone or go after someone or whatever. I want people here that want to hear my stories and hear the stories of myself and Don and in the future other people that are working with us here at the GNA, and really understand what we've experienced and compare it to similar situations you're going through, and us sharing what we did to overcome these situations. And if you're in one of the situations that we've overcome, listening to our experiences could potentially help you overcome the situation as well. That's the whole point. TS says, I cannot listen to negativity anymore. It makes me uncomfortable. You bring out messages that make sense. I would like to see that stream, Queen. Freedom of speech, right? I will look for that stream. And if it's not available on Queen's channel, if Queen is cool with it, I will send it to you privately. I won't put it out publicly. I'll send it out to you privately. I got to find where it's at. Tia, it might take me a little bit of time to find it. It's on one of my external drives. But I think it's still publicly available. I'll go back and find it. Tia, it's 4 hours long. I don't know if you're going to sit through all that, but I was in the chat, and I think you'll see me in the chat. And Queen was having me block all the trolls. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Tia and Queen, you both let me know. These are important lessons that anyone can learn from. These are important lessons that anyone can learn from, especially, if people are going to be doing business online. And most people are doing business online or will be doing business online at some point in the near future. So, people need to learn how to handle and overcome these situations. It is important and vital to share these experiences because here's the thing. If I had the experience I had right now, after doing this for almost 7 years, if I had the experience, there's a big dog over there. Hey, buddy, it's all good. I think that's a shepherd. I ain't messing with that dude. If I had the experience when I first started doing this almost 7 years ago, as I do now, I would have never gotten involved with certain people. I would have never fed into anything. I would have stayed focused on my own message, and I would have probably been a lot further ahead now. But see, I didn't have the experience. And people that did a lot of stuff to me, they preyed on my vulnerabilities of being inexperienced. When you're inexperienced at something, you are vulnerable to other people that have more experience in that situation, right? Now that I'm experienced and I understand, I want to help as many people as possible, especially if you're new, by helping you start off on the right foot and ignoring this stuff. Because anyone that starts on YouTube, for example, anyone that creates a business on YouTube by way of a YouTube channel, you're going to get trolled. People are going to talk shit about you. People are going to meme you. They're going to mock you. They're going to, if you're a public figure that uses your name and shows your face, they're going to look into you, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your family. They're going to do all that shit. That's what people do. You've got to just ignore all that. You've got to ignore it. Now, if it gets to the point of where it's extremely harassing and it's affecting you in many ways, there are some things you can do, but in most cases, you just need to ignore it, because what people are going to feed into and hold on to is if you're one that continuously responds over and over again, like I did for many years in the past, it creates a pattern and it shows these people that he's real easy or she's real easy to get to. We can make money off them any day that they put out a pre-recorded video or go live, right? So I want to teach as many people as possible to know how to ignore that, so that way people don't see this pattern of you being an easy target, right? That's why I talk about these things. These are invaluable lessons to be learned. These are just very important lessons. The lights are off over here. They're on the other side. We're getting to the stretch run of the final lap. Oh, I'm gonna finish up the GNA Positivity Pledge. It'll be ready by tomorrow afternoon for release. Before my walk tomorrow, it'll be definitely ready. It is like 95% ready. I was up late working on it a couple nights ago. And I mean, it took a lot. I had to reformat the whole site and testing everything, shifting menus around and all that stuff, and testing it on mobile. It just takes a long time. I'm talking about, I've probably put in over the last week or so at least 15 to 20 hours of time on the GNA website. Most of it's been done overnight because that's when Dawn and the dogs are sleeping and it's peaceful and quiet, and I don't want to take time away from them during the day. Now I was sleeping a little bit more during the day, you know, but I do a lot of things at night because I don't want to affect, you know, my lady and the dogs during the daytime when they're awake, and if I'm not around and stuff, you know. Sometimes the dogs will whine a little bit. They miss me. The dogs want me to sit there and lay with them and Dawn all day, every day. If the dogs could have it their way, like they would just want me to lay in bed or lay on the couch all day with Dawn and them. And the big dog follows me. He tries, if I'm in the office, he tries to come into the office, and he comes in the office and he's looking at me, and I'm like, dude, do you have to go pee pee or poo poo? You got to take a dump or a leak? And I try to take him out, and he doesn't want to go. What he wants, he's coming to me. No, he is, Tia. The big dog comes to me, and he's like, I want you to come and lay down because I feel more comfortable when we're all together as a family. We give him the Bochi voice, right? And Bochi can't phonetically pronounce things. So he calls HTTV HUDTIV. We have a restaurant called Sancho's Taqueria near where we live. Bochi calls it Sancho's Taqueria. He cannot phonetically pronounce things. He speaks dog. That's so cute, says Tia. The dog wants attention. Tia says, ah. Well, what he wants, Tia, besides the attention, is he wants to sleep. And he feels most comfortable resting and sleeping and closing his eyes when we're all like in the same room, very close to each other. Like in a very close proximity. So the big dog does not feel comfortable going to sleep until we're all together. Now, when I'm up late, you know, and the two dogs are in the bedroom with Dawn, then they will sleep. The door is closed over there, and that's a bedroom, and they just know that's a place for sleep. But anywhere else, and then they want me there, or they get antsy. There are many other people in the vortex right now. All right, start any of your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 to 7 minutes or so. We are at 74 minutes, I believe. An hour and 14 minutes. So yeah, the website. I see the tunnel. Yeah. Oh yeah, you've seen it in the years. You've seen it in the past also. The same guy across the street is still doing it. I didn't go over there. I went through it a couple days ago on my last stream because there was nobody there. But there are a lot of people there right now, so I didn't want to bring a camera in there and interrupt them, you know. And then tomorrow I'm going to hopefully get out to the trail. I was going to try to get out to the trail today, but it was just getting later. And I'm also going to go get food somewhere after this show that's closer to the park than the trail. The trail's all the way on the other side of town. So it just made more sense to come out here today. And I wasn't quite sure if it was going to rain or not. There were a lot of clouds, and now they've cleared up, and there's been no rain. It's actually feeling pretty warm. I don't feel cold at all. It's like 58 degrees. It's not that bad for this time of year. Queen says, I feel sorry for the electric bills. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know? And the gas bill, too. Give me a second here, folks. Look at that beautiful. That's awesome there. Looks like icicles falling. That's fantastic. Even though we don't usually get icicles here. Sometimes it's gotten to under 20 degrees, very rarely. And we've had a few icicles, but typically we don't get any ice around here. It doesn't get cold enough. I don't remember the last time it even got below 32 degrees, which is freezing. Queen says the electric bills would be worse because of the Christmas lights. LOL. Well, that's true. The Christmas lights, the heater, and all that. Tia says, once again, thank you, Eli. Nice to see you, Queen. Everyone else, have a nice evening. God bless. Oh, God bless you too, Tia, and thank you for everything again. Thank you to you as well, Queen, and anyone else that's here watching but can't chat because you don't have a $2.99 membership at least, or you're not a moderator. So consider getting your memberships, folks. If I would make a suggestion, go with the $9.99 membership. That way you'll get everything. Members only live streams, members only live stream replays, and then the members only live chats. If you just want the members only live chats, shows that I do just, with myself publicly, then go with the $2.99. If you only want to watch the members only live streams while they're live and you don't care to watch a replay even if you missed the live, then go with the $4.99. If you want the whole package for $9.99 or greater, if you want to, go with a higher package, that's up to you. But after $9.99, any package you choose after that will get you the same thing as the $9.99 package, which means members only live streams. You'll get the members only live stream replays and other, any other future possible pre-recorded members only content here on GNA2. You'll also get the members only live chats on these publicly viewable streams. And that's just here on GNA2. On the main GNA channel, if you want to chat there, the only package you should purchase there is the $2.99 package. If you're a moderator, you don't need to. You already get it for free. But that is that. I have a lot of love for all of you. Thank you again, Queen, for being here. Queen Helen Casey. Thank you again to Tia for being here. It's great to have you back once again. And thank you to everyone else that was watching behind the scenes. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all just learn to ignore. Learn to just stop responding. Stop feeding into things, because the more you do it, the more you fuel it. With that being said, happy holidays. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.